All right, along with Jeff Hathhorn, I'm Josh Rowntree, 93.7 The Fan. Jeff, I kind of feel like Jim Mora right now. Playoffs? I mean, I can't believe it. What an incredible day for the Pittsburgh Steelers. What was the atmosphere like there in Baltimore, and what was it like getting to talk to the players now that they are playoff bound somehow, some way?
Yeah, it was like Mike Tomlin scolded us afterwards. You guys, when we were 1-3, you all wrote us off. And everybody did, and understandably so. But somehow this team found a way into the postseason. Obviously, there's elation. You could hear the exuberation from the locker room. And, TJ Watt comes out and starts out, just goes, woo, to start off his news conference. You can imagine these guys have been through it more than any of us. And yet somehow, barring a tie, they're going to get into the postseason.
Yeah, it's just incredible. There were a lot of storylines, a lot of heroes from this game, but how about Ray McCloud, Jeff? I mean, this is a guy that I think has been the butt of a lot of jokes this year, and he ends up with two of the biggest catches of this game, and he was really good in special teams too.
Yeah, that catch he made where I thought he cracked his ribs. I mean, that was a hit right into the ribs. He was able to get up. And there was a play they were thinking about getting it to Pat Freiermuth. It was McCloud that was the second option on that final play, and he was able to catch it and then have the knowledge to, hey, I still need a little bit more, and he backpedaled and able to get that. Who would have thought early in the year that Ray would be the guy, especially before the Juju injury?
Yeah, it's incredible. What do you think this moment was like for Ben Roethlisberger? I mean, last week he goes through the emotions of, his last game at Heinz Field. This week he's probably thinking this is the last game ever. Now he's got to gear back up, and he's in the playoffs. I mean, you're 0-0, and so is everybody else now.
Yeah, Josh, and Ben told us afterwards, he said he had so much emotion on that Monday night, but this one was loose. Just go out and play, and whatever happened. And I think that's the way they're going to, take it into the postseason. No one's going to give them a chance, but who would have thought this team would have been in the playoffs?
Yeah, I made the point earlier, Jeff. Nobody gave them a chance back in 2005 after they got shellacked in Indy, and look what happened with Ben Roethlisberger and that group. This team's not as good as that team, but with COVID and everything, I guess, right, you just don't know what's going to happen in these NFL playoffs, but Kansas City is certainly going to be a big test, I would think, next week.
Yeah. Hey, you got TJ Watt, you got Cam Hayward, Joe Hayden's playing good football. If they find some way, and they can get the turnovers they got on Sunday, that was so key to this game against the Ravens, getting those turnovers, especially the Cam Sutton interception in the end zone. If they can get a couple of plays on defense and just make a couple of plays on offense and take care of the football, I'm not going to say they're going to win, but I think they'll put up a better effort than we saw a couple of weeks ago in Kansas City.
Yeah, I agree. Jeff's there in Baltimore. He'll have great coverage at 937thefan.com. Enjoy the trip back. Great job as always, Jeff. And what a day it was for the Steelers.
What an amazing end of the chapter for the Steelers Ravens with Ben Roethlisberger. Just remarkable.